superpower is probably patience and encouragement. These days, kids are feeling really inadequate. They're not feeling like they have it in them to do something they've never done before. We need to create a place that was hands-on, that was a fun environment, that allowed kids to be creative and allowed kids a safe place to get it wrong. What drives me are those aha moments, those moments where you see the kid, they get it. And I tell you what, I live for that moment. Because when you give them an opportunity to approach it at their level and then add in sprinklings of the challenge, and they've got to kind of race themselves and maybe other students in order to get there, they're tenacious about it. They're excited about it. And when they achieve it, that is the greatest joy. That is what the Cincy STEM Lab is all about. Our job is about helping them build their confidence. It's about making the learning process different, fun, and very approachable. And STEM and science and tech and engineering and math is becoming a lot less scary to them. The problems that we are facing in the 21st century with climate change and access to electricity and energy, these are the jobs that have the money. We have to have all hands on deck for that type of work. And that is what we are here to do, to expose students, no matter how little money you have to how much money you have, how much you think you know and how much you don't know, and to help build their confidence so that they are ready to step out in STEM and say, here I am, this is exactly where I was supposed to be.
From the west side of the city to the eastern turf, little legends on the field know they came to work. Pads popping, helmets gleaming, dreams in motion. Every snap got the crowd deep in emotion. Whistle blow, 5-year-olds with fire, feet moving like they wire. Future empire, tiny cleats hitting that grid during gold. August heat, but the spirit ice cold. The baby boy, we rising up. Little champions can't get enough. From the 50 to the goal, they roll. It's that baby ball, heart and soul. The baby ball, that energy. It's Cincinnati legacy. So bring the fam and come get loud. We reppin' young kings, make the city proud. 8-year-olds with that footwork finesse. Spin move jukes, nothing less than the best. It's more than a game, it's the start of a name. Lil senators, yeah, they building that flame. On impact, got the plan in the scope. Showing how to grind while feeding the hope. Burgers, grilling, fans, chilling, bands loud. But it's them kids that really move the crowd.
August 9th, Star Gel Stadium, where futures ignite.
Where dreams wear helmets and hope runs routes.
The baby boy, we rising up. Little champions can't get enough. From the 50 to the goal.
welcome to the Green Box In podcast, episode 7. I'm your host, Melvin. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend out there. I know I did. Got an opportunity to play some more hoops, which was, it's always fun to get out there with your kids, man. You enjoy being around and trying to motivate and trying to take to a new level. So I enjoyed that opportunity to be in Indianapolis this weekend for the National Open, which again was a great event. Kind of backtrack a little bit from last week's statement to Sophie Cunningham about taking a nap. I did get my nap in, Sophie. Don't get me wrong about that. I did take a nap, but Indianapolis was live this weekend, man. If anybody local got a chance to get down there and check out some of the action that was going on, some of the basketball, Indy was lit. I have to say, the All-Star game was unbelievable. For the third year, it was sold out. It was 16,988, I think, to be exact. Almost 17,000 people filled the arena. It's the third year in a row again that it's been sold out. So for all that's wrong, supposedly, with the WNBA, the sure is really getting it right around All-Star weekend. The star power was up. Obviously, the game was a little different than expected due to the absence of Caitlin Clark, which I think those 20 points probably would have been made up by her team if she was involved. So looking at that 151-131 score, you kind of can go, well, was it entertaining? Did they play good basketball? But if you watched it, those questions that I just raised to you were answered because there was some good action going on. There was some good basketball. Skylar Diggins recorded the first WNBA triple-double. Lefisha Collier ended up taking the MVP award for the Minnesota Lynx. She played scored a total of 36 points. A couple of 4-point shots as well. Yeah, that's those little things like that with the 4-point shot. I think, those little things like that are different for All-Star games. I think the TBT has really innovated a lot of the basketball events nowadays that's going on. Shout out to the TBT basketball tournament that's going on right now as well. They've innovated a lot of different changes, brought a lot of different fun things to the elements and to layout of the All-Star games the last couple of years. I'm not sure if they had anything to do with the ladies this year, but I know for the men they've been involved and they've done some things to really kind of spice things up a little bit. The skills game was up. Not the skills game, I'm sorry, but the skills challenge. Just watching the celebrities, man, looking at the celebrities that were there. It was a celebrity-filled event. The ladies like they were having a great time, and everybody around them like they were having a great time too. The players were all involved. The energy was up. You can tell that they were really into trying to make it a great event, make it fun, and be competitive with one another. That's the whole thing about going to All-Star game events. You actually want to have fun, but at the same time, it's competition. And I think the men have, kind of lost sight on that a little bit. And I know this generation of basketball players is not really sold on the whole, let's duke it out or let's kind of the dunk contest to see who's really the dunk king and champion. They want to protect their image and protect their likeness and stuff at the same time. But seeing that the women were competitive again and getting out there and stretching themselves and doing things was pretty cool. Again, getting back to the game, and the game was very, very exciting. I enjoyed watching. I wish I would have had an opportunity to go. Again, coaching a couple of teams this weekend, I didn't really have the energy Saturday evening to get down to the arena. But again, checking it out on TV, you can tell that it was a great game. We had a lot of great interviews afterwards. A lot of people involved. Again, shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. Again, a Cincinnati Princeton high school product here, who was obviously involved in the All-Star game representing the Indiana Fever. Just looking for things to, really to kind of keep building for the WNBA. Right now, though, there's an agenda probably going to be pushed here for the next however long. Hopefully, the WNBA can, rectify it soon. So what has become exciting to a lot of people doesn't have to be interrupted by, again, these type of negotiations and talks. And what we're talking about is the T-shirts that were worn by a lot of the players saying, "Pay us what you owe us." And obviously, that's been something that's been a part of. How should I say it? I'll come back probably with a different phrase for it, but women have been pushing for the right for equal pay in just about all walks of life. This is just not one instance where they're trying to get equal pay. It's an instance where they deserve equal pay. And women deserve just as much as men do in a lot of different fields. So this is something that could be potentially damning for the WNBA. It could be something that can hurt, the ratings, can hurt players as far as their ability or wanting to be a part of it. I know overseas and European basketball, they're paying a lot of money. I know a lot of players go over there during the off season and play on teams. So it could be something where the WNBA can be in a stalemate for a while. Hopefully it isn't. The expansion is coming. I don't know how much that's going to be affected. If you're talking about paying players extra money, you're talking about expanding the league at the same time, and you're in a deficit supposedly of some odd $40-something million per. How are you going to get this done is the big question. So again, for me, for the league, that again has become exciting to watch. It's become exciting with the players that are involved, that are involved. The game is evolving tremendously with the women. I'm looking at some of these young athletes that's coming up now at the college ranks and even at the high school level. That's just going to keep the women getting elevated. So hopefully again in the future going forward, this can be something that WNBA can handle, and maybe they can pay young ladies what they own, because they do bring a hefty ticket to what's going on. So they're selling luxury boxes at some of these games for $70,000. Come on. That's kind of low blow to the ladies when you're doing like that. You're paying them what you need. And a person like Caitlin Clark, and only a couple others, Asia Wilson. Those are players that's been, Asia Wilson's been a player for the rank. So you're talking about somebody that's been the face of the league before, won a WNBA championship, someone that definitely deserves some grit as her Asia Wilson. Good luck to those ladies in that process. I support you as much as I support the men. When the men are pushing forward, they're in the right play. So good luck to you, and hopefully things do work out for you. Next, we want to kind of move on a little bit again from the All-Star weekend. Let's kind of recap our All-Star baseball game. Wow, we talked about it, before the show had ended. I didn't actually know that when the show was ending that I was going to go home and see the whole derby. It was actually a good day. So, but watching it, that was another fun event. Baseball has come up with another innovative way to kind of spice the game up a little bit, get a little bit more involvement, bring a little more fanfare, fan engagement. And that was with the home run derby at the end of the game to kind of settle the differences as far as the tie. And man, what a show it was. Kyle Schwarber ended up hitting the last home run to, win the game for the National League 7-6. But I mean, just the format. Again, I think the format for a lot of people was exciting. Listening to some of the reports from some of the baseball analysts who actually were sitting in the stands for the home run derby finish at that time, just to kind of get the fan engagement. They said it was amazing to sit around and just kind of listen to how excited people were and listening to the chanting and things like that. So maybe baseball has hit a home run. Wow. Yo, these mic drops I keep coming up with, for real. I'm like, I might be coming real good at this. But again, the home runs that the baseball again hit or starting to hit more of in this situation here with the event changes, it's pretty cool. I can look forward to maybe some more All-Star game changes here in the future. Congratulations to two Cincinnati Reds players, athletes, I should say, who made the All-Star game. The Reds are playing actually right now. We're waiting on the score update. But as we told you, and I'm kind of going to keep saying this. I mean, I think again, going back to that New York Yankees series, I think it's something that sparked these guys, man, because they've been playing some pretty good baseball since right now. And since our last podcast that we talked about, they were in fourth place. Now they've moved up to third with a, I think, 52 and 48 record. Dante, if you get that score here, we'll check for you, man. We'll give the viewers an update on the score. But again, third place right now, 52 and 48, 7.5 out of first place. All right, so the climb is happening. We talked about it again happening before the All-Star break, and then we talked about how hot they can possibly get after the All-Star break, leading into the end of the season. And man, like I said, since our last podcast Monday, what's that score over there, Dante?
Down 5-0.
Oh wow, we're down 5-0 right now. What's that inning? Down 5-0 right now.
Bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third. Still a lot of time left. Still a lot of game, man. That's nothing. The Reds will turn things around, man. Get the wheels turning here a little bit. But again, for 7.5 out of first place. So a lot of time still left in the season to make their run. And I think again they're going to be on one of those runs late in the season and possibly winning this division, if not playing on one of those last nights of the season. Or the last games of the season, basically, see if they can get into the playoffs. It's exciting. It's got to be exciting for Cincinnati Reds fans, historians of the Cincinnati Reds, to see that the team is doing well and back in contention. Not late in the season, we just said late in the season, we're talking about the All-Star break. But during this point in the season, where again, things are starting to get a little bit important, people are really watching and tuning in. It's kind of cool to see the hometown team where they are. I keep looking over to see that things have changed. Look like the Washington, I think, got another basic international brand. But yeah, shout out to the Cincinnati Reds, guys. Man, keep doing your thing. Looking for a nice run here going into September or late September, going down to hopefully get some playoff baseball in the city. Sticking with our sports end of things early here, just to kind of delve into some stuff. I was kind of a little emotional before coming on the show and starting it because, over the weekend we kind of lost a couple pillars at the University of Cincinnati, two very, very good men and two men that I, had the opportunity to share the campus with during my 4 years in time there and getting a chance to see how they operated and as men and being as encouraging, as they were as individuals and things like that. So I want to say condolences, to the family of Mr. Bill Mulvihill and Mr. Bill Shear. Mr. Mulvihill was served as a UCATS director for many, many years. UCAS is, a booster entity that usually, are the ones out there raising the money for guys like myself to be able to attend school. So that was just something that I had the opportunity to learn about, coming back to school in 2005, that, scholarships just didn't grow on trees and they didn't fall out the sky. These were hardworking people and boosters behind the scene. Working to get dollars in to get the donations, for guys like myself to attend school and get a 4-year degree and things like that. So thank you to Mr. Mulvihill, who's obviously always a smiling man, always one with an encouraging word for me. Walked the Bearcat walk, looked very good at it. He was always snazzy with this dapper gear as far as his suits and shirts and things like that. And I love the sweater. He was real famous for wearing the over sweater. He would always wear one of those, either red or black. He was real cool with that. So, Mr. Mulvihill, you'll be missed by myself, and I know by a slew of us as Bearcat men basketball players who knew you personally, but definitely our Bearcat family at the University of Cincinnati. And then our coach Schneer, Bill Schneer, track and field for over 30 years, 33 years actually. Coached from 1980 to 2013. Another individual who loved his kids, loved being around kids as a coach, loved to inspire and motivate and teach. Always smiling. I got a chance to take a picture with him a couple years back at one of our Bearcat events. It was kind of cool just to kind of be able to, be in the same room as some of these legends. Somehow I found my way into some of these events, or happened to just to be blessed to be invited to a lot of these places and be behind the walls with some of these great people. And Bill was one of those guys that I had an opportunity to just listen to and talk and just get a lot of knowledge and insight on how to engage athletes and motivate and teach and things like that. Very well respected, obviously, around the NCAA. 25 national championships, 10 All-Americans, produced 2 Olympians, one of which I know Barry Weinberg, who I got an opportunity to see this past week in our celebrity softball game. Shout out to Barry Weinberg and our celebrity team who brought that victory home early, even though the game was cut short. We'll talk more about it in our next segment. But shout out to Barry Weinberg. But Mr. Schneer, 136 conference championships. And again, just a great Bearcat. So again, to the families of these 2 men, my condolences go out to you. Praying for strength. Praying that you guys can get through this tough moment, losing such a great loss in your family. And with that, we're going to take a break and we'll come back soon.
One. All right, y'all. We sitting here with Soup, Tank, President of Winton Woods, President of Hilltop. How y'all doing today?
Great. Super great.
The
duper.
Is it on? Okay.
The duper.
All right. So, first question, and either one of y'all can go first. Tell us about y'all organization, when it started, and what's going on with the state of y'all organization from top to bottom.
I mean, we've been around for like 26 years. Right now, we got a well-known program. We're doing great. Every age group is strong. From the competitive side of it, I think we're going to make a lot of noise this year.
Okay. Tank?
As y'all know, Hilltop is a household name, so some of the things that we kind of want to elaborate on is just development. We don't really get too caught up on the competitive, that stuff goes in and out, but we just want to make sure every kid getting better. Trying to teach the basic fundamentals of football and just get the kids a great atmosphere, provide a safe space for the parents as well. Like I said, I think we sent 4 teams to the Super Bowl last year. 2 teams competed for a national title last year. So, like I said, we just want to keep the momentum going and make sure we move in the right direction. Keep doing everything, safety first, put positivity out, like that. So, it's a little bit about Hilltop. Shout out to our great parents that represent the organization as well.
All right. So now that we got that out the way, I'm going to ask the tough question that everybody want to know. What is going on with the Mega League and fields and things like that? Why are y'all getting a bad reputation? From what I'm hearing.
You want to talk about this too, or you want me to weigh in on it?
You can weigh in on that.
I just really think it's a very tough image that's being put out. They controlling the narrative by, third parties and such that really have nothing to do with youth football. You know what I'm saying? We're our own community, we're our own family, our own neighborhood. So when things like that happen, it kind of affect other organizations, whether it's your org or not. Everybody take a rap as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Just to be on the safe side, and to be honest with you, just to be completely honest, I just don't think it's a great understanding about what youth football represents and what we provide and the due diligence that we do in our community. And I'm not taking away nothing from, the people that's out there that's really for the public schools and, the parks and city recs. They doing their job. But, when something happens, you want to make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure you got everything taken care of on your end, doing everything the right way. So when incidents that you can't control happen, it doesn't fall back on you. So that's one of the things that I just want to make sure everybody knows. When you go to these schools, make sure you got your insurance, make sure you got your details, make sure you got your security, make sure you got excitement. Just do everything the right way, man. They looking for us to fail. They want us to make mistakes. What you need to do is just make sure you take care of the business part and don't get wrapped up in the competitive side of football, because that's going to take place. But just make sure your business is intact. That's one thing me and Sue talk about a lot, is just having the business part of the game down. And he's with Winton Woods, so a lot of things that happen over in the city don't really affect what they got going on out here, but it does affect him when you can't play no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't play all your games at Winton. You gotta go to other places. So he want to make sure he put his parents in the same environment as well. He don't want to go to no park or no neighborhood or things like that. But like I said, we need to have make sure we take these opportunities when we get these fields and treat it like it's sacred. You know what I mean? Clean up, get the details, do the little things. Because guess when you don't do it, they not just gonna kick out Hilltop. They gonna kick out everywhere else. So we all suffer from this. We all gonna pay the price when someone make a mistake. But like I said, man, the game is we giving the game away, man. Like this, it ain't nothing. If I can do something to help you, Tay, I done called you plenty of times. Like, hey, Tay, I need this, you know what I mean? You done made it happen. So it ain't about really just one person. Use your resources. Reach out. You know what I mean? It ain't one person in Little League football that can't never say they called me and I ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? I'm always giving up my resources, my intellect, whatever it takes to help the next program. So, like I said, that's what it is. You gotta understand, I got the game from some of the coaches, you know, Coach Sue, Coach Leon, Coach Trey, Coach D, you know what I mean? Coach T. Like I've been around, man, for a long time. So just being that it's time for me to get my expertise to the young guys and the people that's coming up and, you know, trying to figure this thing out. Whatever I can do to help this, you know. Everybody got my number. I'm one phone call away, so you know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna touch on that. I think like the Mega League, I mean, we doing some great stuff over there, you know. And like you said, I mean, we getting a bad black arrow, and it don't even have nothing to do with the teams that's in the Mega League. You see what I'm saying? But since we all down with the youth, it falls back on everybody that's a part of it, you know. So one of the things we talked about this year is just making sure that, you know, everybody on the same page as a league, you know what I mean? And we got each other back, and we just want to, you know, make Little League great again. That's our number one goal, is to make Little League great again. So I think this year everybody see what's going on, and everybody on their P's and Q's. And everybody trying to show the city like it's bigger than Little League. We actually care about these kids. You see what I'm saying?
So the season starts August 9th. What are some of the early game schedule matchups that people should come out and want to see? Which teams?
Well, first week we got Princeton. Woods got Princeton.
Okay.
That's a rivalry week. It's going to be some great football. We go to Princeton this year, you know, so it's going to be great football played there.
Are their facilities going to be done there by then?
I don't think they are, but I mean, they have a nice, you know, field for us to play on, so it don't even matter.
Okay.
It don't get no better than Woody Woods and Princeton. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Tank, what you think early Forest Hilltop?
Our biggest thing is not to get wrapped up in looking past nobody. You know what I mean? We got Corain week 1, but we got Win Woods week 2, so we want to take care of business week 1. I don't think no Corain team has ever beat a Hilltop team, but you know, it's a whole new year, so we never know. But I just don't want my coaches to look past no one. I don't want the kids to, you know, feel like it's a gimme game.
Right. But so didn't Corain just merge with somebody?
They merged with the Buccaneers, so they pretty strong this year. I know they got the numbers.
Okay.
Great coach over there, Coach D, Coach L, a few of the other guys. You know what I mean? So they doing some great things over there, Coach Rob. But like I said, we don't want to look past somebody. Looking into the Win Woods game, that's the week. That's O State, Michigan. That's
O State, Michigan.
You don't get up for nothing, you don't get up for that.
Right,
you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I remember being a parent when I was with Super. I remember being a parent and getting up for that. Like, he will call you as a parent. Like, he talking that.
I ain't no bigger than that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So I was there. I know. Like, he had me like, Hilltop, what?
Where is it at?
It's at their house this year.
Oh, okay.
Come to them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure we'll be there streaming it.
I think we're gonna be at LaSalle.
LaSalle?
Yeah,
Okay.
We're gonna be at LaSalle. I gotta check the dates.
Okay.
On a location. I think it's LaSalle, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, it's still gonna be there.
But every week it's gonna be great football.
And he mad at me too. About last year. It ain't work out too good for him.
I mean, he got it. It's a different year. It's a different year. Different year.
Like I said, it's something to get up for though. Like, you know what I mean? That's one of them. I don't care. The grandmas and granddaddies and the aunts coming out for that game. You know what I mean? It's one of the ones. It's an old school rivalry. You know what I mean? We walk away at the end of the day, shake hands, hug, and go get a drink. It's still my big brother, man. It's my dog, man. So, you know what I mean? He one of the guys that brought me into this situation. So, you know what I mean?
What about, can you name some of the new teams that just joined the Mega League this year? Like, is it a Northern Kentucky team?
No, keep going on. Puffy Cone got the mic. Go ahead, Puffy.
Not Puffy.
But nah, we got Black Ops. We got DUE, Dayton United Elite. Okay. We got
Black Ops is from where?
Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky.
The old Northern Kentucky. What was it? Northern Kentucky United. Yeah. So that was AKU, Northern Kentucky United. But who else was it? We had another team that joined, didn't we? Dayton United Elite, and then we had
is Trotwood in the
Trotwood, they original.
Okay.
They won, so. That's it.
Okay.
I think we only had 2 teams doing it. I might be wrong, but I don't really go to a lot of meetings.
Okay.
Soup don't either, so he can't tell you either. But nah, I think we only had 2 teams, Dayton United Elite and the Black Ops.
All right, so before y'all get out of here, what's one thing y'all want them to know either about the Mega League or y'all individual teams? For any parent, for his recruiting purposes for kids or whatever.
One thing I want y'all to know about the Mega League is, I really consider it Mega League. I mean, I know they say that, but ain't nothing. It's the same league. Better competition a little bit, but like I said, I think the Mega League is more showing everyone that we can unite as one, putting both leagues together. But like I said, these rivalries been going on forever. So whether it was a bowl game or versus or things like that. So, but one thing you can take away from Hilltop, knowing that when we show up, the concession stand gonna sell out, the dough gonna do good, and it's gonna be great competitive football. And we gonna have a great atmosphere. My parents gonna be on their best behavior, and you gonna walk away happy, hosting us.
Not about winning though.
Say it again.
Not about winning though, right?
I don't think we ever lost or like a series. I don't think. Right. We lost one like RIP Maine. I think we lost the Trojan Black once like in a series. Other than that, we never lost a head-to-head series with no organization. We might have tied. We might have been, 3-3, but
never lost. Okay.
We never lost a series, no organization. Not Wynwood, not the Cardinals, not the Gators, not your team, Western Hills, Mustangs, whatever.
No, I'm gonna say I play for the Wildcats.
Ain't ever won the game.
Beat nobody.
We won when I played. We was.
Nah, he did. Baby Jackson won the house in Rico. He did. No. Nah, Blake. Before Blake was with Hilltop, he was with the Senators.
Okay.
Rico.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but.
I mean, Woods, that's a household name, baby. We've been doing this for a long time.
It ain't.
It is.
What though? Rams or Warriors?
It don't make no difference. Rams, Warriors.
My son played with the Rams.
It don't make listen. Rams.
Your son played for a month.
That's all right. He was still here.
Rams, Warriors, still the
same. I don't even think he played a real game.
Stop. Warriors, that's what you're talking about. You ain't being honest because the Warriors.
Let's talk about Bill. This getting at least shit is getting on my nerves. What's up with that Cleveland shit though, man?
What's up?
Huh?
What's going on?
That's what we saying. What's up with the Cleveland team?
Hey, we'll be all right. We're making our way back. Cavs did their thing this year. We're about one player away. One good player away.
Right.
With the Cavs situation. Our Guardians right now, man. Baseball.
We talking about youth football.
Oh, okay. Man, he's a Cincinnatian. He's a Cincinnatian now, man.
Okay.
Youth football for me.
We just put up the Canton last week.
Okay.
And again, Elite Speed Demons, they won the 9U bracket.
Okay, my man Joseph Wise up there with the with youth football.
Okay.
So I'm about to contact Joseph Wise because they actually, when we had the last guest on here for the league, they were talking about doing a collaboration. He got on my Facebook page on the live,
I know Jason Dunn. I don't know if you know
Like
Jason Dunn. He's running AYF up there. So
Okay.
Jason Dunn.
He was looking to kind of collaborate and bring maybe the Cleveland football team.
What's the woman up there? Her name, she's real big. She does the basketball and she does the she was working with LeBron, but you know her name?
Is Von Pointer?
Nah, it's she got like a nickname. I think it's like Out Shake, but I forgot her name.
Okay.
Nah,
I got to
she
tap
real,
into a lot that's
nah,
going
she
on.
real popular down there.
Like,
She do a good
again,
job.
he did talk about trying to collaborate and maybe bring a couple of Cleveland. I'm not sure how. I told him it's going to take a lot of
We're gonna
people.
have a few come down here on August 2nd. So
Okay.
August 2nd, I'm doing the AYF Invitational. So all the teams, we're gonna have a lot of AYF teams from Kentucky, Detroit, Cleveland area,
I'm going to see what you're talking about, man.
Columbus. We're gonna be August 2nd, the AYF Invitation preseason invitation.
Right now.
Feel free to give me a call. Y'all wanna play.
You got the location?
We down at Whitewater Park. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
It's down on Dante and Harrison.
Yeah.
It's a 16 field complex. They never did football before, so this gonna actually be the first football event in the park. So just looking to kind of continue their relationship and move forward and make sure they know this Cincinnati football. Like 16 fields, that ain't never been done.
Right.
That's like the biggest location in Ohio if it's done right. So
All right, baby, bring your time up. Let's talk about this West Woods thing.
plus my
I just want
interviews.
to shout out the DOA. You know what I mean? He just went down to Georgia, represented. You know what I mean? Money Boys went to Kid and put on the show. You know what I mean? Lost to the #1 team. You know what I mean?
Good game too. That was a
Good
great
game, good game, good game. So
Shout out to Red Bridge. Now you, my boy.
they banging. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of progress. You know what I mean? So West Woods got a lot of things going on.
Y'all might win a
It
game.
ain't too late.
Y'all might win a game this year.
Oh, win the game. What's stop?
Against us, y'all might
Stop.
win a game this
You
year.
looking to get swept.
Yeah, you got
You
swept
look.
this year.
We didn't get swept. Don't do that.
6, 7, 8, 9. Everybody got
No, your 10 you lost.
That didn't even happen to
Okay, then you lost. It's your job to have one. It's your job to have one,
Hey, he
man.
taking premeditated victory, man.
No.
Okay, hey, listen, whatever it takes, man.
I mean, it ain't that.
Whatever it takes, man.
Hey, look, I be just telling you, man. I don't want to hear that. Fill the team.
Hey, you know how he did my tenure? Let me tell you what he did. My tenure actually left my program and went over there with him. So that's how he did.
No.
That's not what happened.
No, that ain't what happened. We already had the tenure.
So you took the
They
whole.
just wanted to come. I don't know. That's either here or there. What happened over there? We ain't gonna discuss that, but
I mean, you want to take that victory up.
yeah, I mean, feel it. Everybody's supposed to have 6 days, baby. Feel it. But we ain't gonna go into all that,
Right.
man. Mega League is up on the rise, man. You know what I mean?
I appreciate y'all coming
Shout out
through.
to our presidents, man.
Yeah,
Our
for sure.
presidents, head coaches making it happen. Shout out to the great parents, man. Be on y'all best behavior when y'all come to these locations, because guess what? They looking for a reason to shut us down.
All right.
We ain't gonna let it happen.
Shout out to the viewers over there. I'm with the duper.
All right, y'all.
Shout out to our sponsors for the evening. Obviously, we got Pawnee Water, keeping us refreshed, and on Impact Recruiting Services, that's keeping us up to speed with everything that's going on sports-wise in the city, out of the city, in the state, out of the state. Dude is on his thing, all right? He's on his thing, he's on his business. Shout out to Dante, Payne for putting this whole podcast thing together for me, man. Give me an opportunity to get out here and get my feet wet in this whole, what do you call it, social media world, so to speak. It's pretty cool to be, obviously, you got a chance to get out here and sit every Monday and just bring some things to you and actually let people know I'm still existing. So yeah, shout out to Dante, you know what I'm saying, big time. Just jumping back into my Bearcats here real quick.
Going back to the ESPY Awards last week,
we had an amazing honor given to one of our Bearcat pillars, also one of the pioneers, a Bearcat pioneer, a cultural pioneer. I mean, a guy that really stood on the front lines in a lot of the rougher times for the Black community, and kind of went through some rough times, but was steadfast in his beliefs and his morals, his values, and everything. And just became this unbelievable leader, an unbelievable pitcher, and ambassador for his young Black athletes coming up in the basketball game. That is Mr. Oscar Robinson, the Big O, who received the Arthur Ashe Award for courage. So that was a big honor, obviously for the Bearcat family. Just watching Oscar, haven't seen him personally, you know, in several years. He obviously will attend some basketball games, but he hasn't been there, you know, in the last several years as of late. Seeing Oscar on TV, man, seeing him walk up here with a slow bop, you know, because he rushes nobody. But the presence of him and looking at how he's received
by the other athletes,
by just the people in the building. And then just learning more about what he was able to do for basketball and how he kind of changed the way things that are done nowadays and the way we kind of look at basketball and these athletes moving around the league freely. He was definitely the person that stood on that front line as well to the NBA and a lawsuit and things like that, as far as, you know, rightful revenue. And kind of like what's going on with the college athletes now and getting their rightful revenue. Oscar really stood on the front lines for NBA basketball players, free agency wise, to be able to pick and choose, you know, where they would like to go play basketball and make the money that, you know, obviously that they're valued in. You know, he won that and then he's just set the pace for, you know, the presidents, I should say, for, you know, a lot of people going forward. But major shout out to Mr. Oscar Robinson, our Big O, our guy, you know, Cincinnati guy. It was a privilege to be around you. It was a pleasure to be around you. It was an honor to meet you and hang with you and just try to understand and get a little bit more about myself as an athlete. I appreciate the time that you took to give me those little types of insights on how to become a better person. I remember one conversation that we had, and it was about consistency. And one of the things that you said was how, well, you can't be consistent on the basketball court if you're not consistent in your life. And that's just one thing that, you know, rings bells when you really think about it, because how can you expect things to really go right for you professionally in your craft if outside of your craft things are in shambles? You're not taking care of business the right way consistently off the basketball floor, so things are going to be a wreck once you enter the basketball court. So that piece there from Oscar has always stuck with me. Just again, an unbelievable person that he is, the Hall of Famer, our guy, Mr. Big O. Congratulations again on receiving the Arthur Ashe Award for courage. Definitely one person that wasn't afraid. Commend you and thank you for that. And just checking back on my Reds, I told you it was going to be a different inning, a different second half of the season was 5-0 when we checked. Dante, I think we got what, 7-5 now?
8-5, top of the fifth.
8-5, top of the fifth. All right, we checked in. It was 5-0 in the third. I told you it was a lot of time. The Reds going to get the motor running. Now we're at 8-5. All right, and looking for a push towards the end of the game, possibly to get a win. So let's pick it up, Reds, a little bit. Sticking with the Bearcats a little bit. My men's basketball team is I think they're set to play a non-conference SEC opponent, which should help things come late with the computer rankings, as far as rankings at the end and the numbers, as far as getting into the NCAA tournament, power schedule, strength of schedule, and things like that. They're thinking about, I think it's going to be signed to play the Georgia Bulldogs in Atlanta, December 13th. All right, so that's the Georgia Bulldogs, SEC opponent for the men's Bearcat basketball squad this 24-25 season. Donald Little, I know you're down there in Atlanta. Can you hook up a hotel room? Can you hook up the spot at the house, the crib? I'll sleep in the basement. You know what I'm saying? You got an extra guest room somewhere around. Big D, Donald Little, I'm coming down to Atlanta because we got to come try. I got to go see the Bearcats, man. It's going to be pretty cool. It'll be pretty nice to see you, man, as well at the same time. I know you come up here to Cincinnati for homecoming and things like that. But it'd be cool to get down there and see you, man. So this is on live too, Donald Little. So don't be playing, man. All right, I'm gonna repost this, re-put this out, I'm gonna tag you in it. I need a spot down at the crib in Atlanta. I ain't really been to Atlanta before to kick it for no other reason. So it's be a good opportunity to get down here and see you, see the Bearcats, man, and see them take care of business, against them Georgia Bulldogs. Not sure how good the Bulldogs are supposed to be this year, but obviously any SEC opponent that you get an opportunity to play again adds to the schedule when you get some time, down the NCAA time later in the season. They're just trying to figure out, where can you get something from to be, a factor leading into where you need to go. So, Bearcat-wise, football. New uniforms, as we talked about last week, and also some new honors as well. Dante Corleone, our defensive lineman, man, he's really racking up the accolades, so to speak. He's on the Walter Camp Award list as an All-American, second team.
Is it on?
It's on, but we have a little technical difference.
Don't hold the thing so much.
Let's keep going in and out. There we go. All right. Dante Corleone, who's returning defensive lineman on the Walter Camp Award list, as well as being a first-team Big 12 member. Again, a lot of the Bearcats made a lot of preseason on our list, man. We just getting excited about the opportunity for these guys, obviously, to be noticed, getting notoriety, but at the same time, man, we're chomping at the bit for the season. I think there's going to be one that a lot of people are going to be surprised by. Bearcats are going to come out and surprise some folks early, and then late it's going to come down to who takes care of football, not basketball. I'm sorry, who takes care of the football in the late drives of the game, and who can really execute. Top half of the league looks the way it looks. Bottom half it is the way it is. Percentage-wise, we're not looked to finish high as far as the conference rankings, as well as some of the other teams. But again, that's why it's going to be such a shocking thing when the Bearcats get this football thing rolling, and we're going into the season and we're racking up a couple of wins early. And we can't see people sleeping late. That's what happens. When you sleep late, you miss the bus, all right, or you're late to work. All right, so we want to catch some guys sleeping late so they can miss the bus and they're late to work. We can take advantage of them and we can get those late season wins, man, to get us, possibly in a nice bigger bowl situation. If not, really starting to get to that level of competition, winning that conference, man, and getting that playoff bowl game. That's what we need. Bearcat women, going to be an exciting season with them as well. Coach Katrina Merriweather is getting a nice recruiting class, a couple of nice transfers in the program. The thing is, the ladies that stuck around to kind of make this campaign this year for Miss Coach Merriweather really successful Great season last year. Good season last year. I want to say great. A lot of people's eyes. I knew it was great. I say great because I'm American and I support everything University of Cincinnati. So, but to a lot of people, it was a good season. And coming back this year, it should be even better. I think the ladies are poised to really make a run in the conference. They got a good opportunity last year to get their feet wet with a lot of competition. We got a chance to see the ladies play at another level. They really went out and put forth a really great effort and making things happen in wins. The stands were filled. We're looking to obviously fill them a little bit more the rest of next season. But again, I think Coach Merriweather is doing something there at the University of Cincinnati that a lot of people should be excited about. The Alexander's first season is coming up from Cincinnati Purcell. So she's bringing an impact as well. I know she's going to bring an impact on fans from the Cincinnati area who support her during her tenure of high school basketball. So looking at the Bearcats, again, in total 24-25, for me, I'm looking for a lot of surprises. I'm looking for a lot of things to happen successfully. This new athletic facility that we've obtained is going to change a lot of bodies. It's going to change a lot of minds as well down there on campus. It's going to make our athletes much more settled as individuals. So can't wait for a lot of things to get cracking down there on campus at the University of Cincinnati. We're going to take a break here. We're back with our next segment, jumping into some Bengals action and leading into AAU, NBA, and some local stuff to finish things out. So we're now Boxing Podcast, episode 7, hosted on Levett. We'll be back.
From the west side of the city to the eastern turf, little legends on the field know they came to work. Pads popping, helmets gleaming, dreams in motion. Every snap got the crowd deep in emotion. Whistle blow, 5-year-olds with fire, feet moving like they wire. Future empire, tiny cleats hitting that grid during gold. August heat, but the spirit ice cold. The baby boy, we rising up. Little champions can't get enough. From the 50 to the goal, they roll. It's that baby ball, heart and soul. The baby ball, that energy. It's Cincinnati legacy. So bring the fam and come get loud. We reppin' young kings, make the city proud. 8-year-olds with that footwork finesse. Spin move jukes, nothing less than the best. It's more than a game, it's the start of a name. Lil Senators, yeah, they building that flame. On impact, got the plan and the scope. Showing how to grind while feeding the hope. Burgers, grilling, fans, chilling, bands loud. But it's them kids that really move the crowd.
August 9th, Star Gel Stadium, where futures ignite.
Where dreams wear helmets and hope runs routes.
The baby boy, we rising up. Little champions can't get enough. From the 50 to the goal.
My superpower is probably patience and encouragement. These days, kids are feeling really inadequate. They're not feeling like they have it in them to do something they've never done before. We need to create a place that was hands-on, that was a fun environment, that allowed kids to be creative and allowed kids a safe place to get it wrong. What drives me are those aha moments those moments where you see the kid, they get it. And I tell you what, I live for that moment, because when you give them an opportunity to approach it at their level and then add in sprinklings of the challenge, and they've got to kind of race themselves and maybe other students in order to get there, they're tenacious about it. They're excited about it. And when they achieve it, that is the greatest joy. That is what the Cincy STEM Lab is all about. Our job is about helping them build their confidence. It's about making the learning process different, fun, and very approachable. And STEM and science and tech and engineering and math is becoming a lot less scary to them. The problems that we are facing in the 21st century with climate change and access to electricity and energy, these are the jobs that have the money. We have to have all hands on deck for that type of work. And that is what we are here to do, to expose students, no matter how little money you have to how much money you have, how much you think you know and how much you don't know, and to help build their confidence so that they are ready to step out in STEM and say, here I am, this is exactly where I was supposed to be.
And welcome back to the Not Box Here podcast. Your host for tonight, Melvin, Levett. Shout out to our sponsors, Park Place, where we are right now. Come on up here and get some of these wings. I saw some conies over there, some Cincinnati chili coney eaters. We got some big news about Skyline here coming up in our local coverage, so we'll hold off on that. But what's up, Diddy? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm happy today, man. Today's my birthday. I just turned 49. You know, shout out to Still Lamb and Chelsea Clark for giving me one of my birthday gifts today. There's more to come.
That's what's up. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. DT. Dante.
Okay.
I thought you were saying
DP.
I know you're DP too. Happy birthday, but I want to know that DP.
Right.
DT. Happy birthday,
Dante. Do you want to see that shirt? I think they want to see your shirt.
Get that shirt out, man.
Look.
Zoom that in or something like that. See if you
No,
can read that.
I can't read it?
No, read it.
Oh, I never dreamed one day I'd be I never dreamed one day I'd be a sexy bald guy, but here I am killing it.
That's right. That's right.
That looks good.
It ain't my birthday, but
Hey,
The bald man.
we thank Michael Jordan.
Ball here, you know what I
Bring
mean?
this out.
Ball. You know what I mean? We dark.
Right.
All right. Us dark. Ball guys, we are in.
That's right.
We are in. We are in. We are in. All right. Again, shout out to my man Dante Payne.
Appreciate
Another journey around the sun, man. Those are always obviously a blessing. Just to wake up and get to go over here. That's just really great. So, wishing you really more, man. Wishing you really more happiness and healthiness along the way. Diving, man, into our NFL segment with the Bengals. As you can see, I dressed the part, trying to get the segment right for them. And, I went a little different with the Who Day symbol. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just walk around with what everybody else got on. Try to do with the little difference, you know what I mean? Okay. So, I hope y'all brought a little flavor to you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you find one yourself at some point. But Who Day is up next, and we're trying to figure out what they are going to do with Mr. Trey Hendrickson. Are they going to let Mr. Hendrickson walk and nothing in return for him, or are they going to trade him and get something in return? What's going to be the deal with this Trey Hendrickson situation, Dante? What can you answer?
I think he's going to be signed before the beginning of the season. So he probably is not going to play or dress, but he'll be on the field and in the meeting rooms and doing everything. But I think first game, everything will be signed, sealed, and delivered, and he'll be ready to go. It's just one of the holdouts to happen every year on every sport, on every team.
Well, they were talking about Jalen Ramsey level of holding out. That's heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, just to show up and not work out, that's heavy to me, man. That's something that's concerning when you start reaching that type of level of holdout. But again, when a guy is that important, and you're talking about now, locker room, you're talking about the leadership, you're talking about how he's able to bring guys together, and just the overall relationship with the other players. You know what it's like to not have a certain guy in the locker room during the preseason time or during the training camp time. And things are different because you're thinking about that guy, you're hoping that he's doing well, you're wishing well for him, you're hating what he has to go through.
Right.
But at the same time, man, you got to do a job. It's the next man up type of deal, so you got to kind of close your mind to it. So at the end of the day, it's a double-edged sword.
And it's a part of the game. He's not the first, won't be the last.
True.
So I think it'll get done. I think for the Bengals' sake, it needs to get done because they're offensive heavy. They didn't spend too much money in the offseason on defense. I mean, he led the NFL in sacks, so of course when he's on the field, you have to double team him.
Major
somebody else.
It's the same thing with T. Higgins on offense.
Yeah.
Chase don't eat without T. Higgins.
Correct.
All right. You need a guy like T. Higgins to load off with Chase and take the top off the defense a little bit, going deep. And that signing was huge because you saw what Jamar Chase was able to do after that signing.
Right.
You saw his numbers. Right. You saw his numbers without T, then you saw his numbers with T.
That's when T was healthy, right.
So again, Trey Henderson has that same impact. When you talk
on the defensive side.
Yes, definitely. So it's something again, man, that you have to keep an eye on.
And I think, like I said, first game he'll be there.
You think he's going to be there first game?
Yeah, he'll be there. He's just hopefully he maintains everything, stay in shape. Because missing the whole preseason, that's big.
Very important.
You know what I'm saying? Continuity and just, playing with the teammates.
In the preseason, as far as getting ready for the game, yeah, you're right. All the routines. Yeah.
So hopefully he's doing things behind the scenes that we don't see most players do, but it's not the same on the field. So,
and thinking about that and how things used to be, and we get into social media.
Right.
I hope Trey doesn't do a video from his driveway doing sit-ups like T.O.
Like my boy T.O. I think T.O. still can play.
Was that not like the craziest time? Like just going back, you would think you were really in social media hyped times
back then.
Because he was off the wall with some of the antics that
he was social media before social.
Then Chad Johnson, same thing. So again, when you talk about being in a different time, Trey, I know you probably out there working out, man, but we probably don't need to see you.
I don't see him doing that. I don't think he's
all right. But that was a joke, just a little lighthearted joke. We know Trey is a consummate professional. And any working out that he's probably doing is in somebody's facility, is not in his home gym. But again, it's something that needs to get done because you're looking at his numbers, you're looking at his impact, you're looking at again the relationship amongst players. Then the next subject is the pressure that might be put on Joe Burrow on the offensive end, knowing that he's got to make up for a loss like that on defense if it does not get done. What kind of pressure do you think, or how much pressure do you think he's going to be under to produce?
Definitely, those three players, Higgins, Burrow, Chase, the pressure's on them because they're the highest paid on the offense.
So it doesn't matter about Trey Henderson. It's the fact that they're already top three players, and they're leading the league as far as the popularity, and top three as far as being the most dynamic.
And now already calling Chase, especially one of the crowd last year, the best wide receiver in the game.
Wow.
I like the guy from Minnesota better, but
Justin.
Chase took the crown with it, so it goes to him. But basically, they're saying we're going to outscore you. Y'all score 40, we score 41. Y'all score 50, we score 51.
Wow.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm a defensive guy. Defense wins championships. You can say Mahomes, you can say whatever, but defense wins championships. At the end of the day, I think Philadelphia just kind of proved that too.
We hung our hat on defense in the AAU this summer, in spring and summer, and which is something that's not really emphasized during the spring and summertime because kids just want to get up and play up and down basketball. They don't really want to buy into the defensive end. But the defensive end of the floor, man, on either sides of what sport is the most important. You got to be able to stop somebody at the end of the day. You need at least one stop. If you're going to try to keep outscoring people, you need at least one stop to obviously take the lead. So, for Burrow and them, again, it's going to be tough, man. I think if that thing does not get done, the pressure on him is going to be immense to produce, again, as you said, already being one of the highest or the highest paid quarterback. But they have the three juggernauts of the NFL as far as the talent goes. So it's time to show and prove. So leading to our next question about Mr. Burrow. Who has the better season, or who you think was the better player in the AFC right now as far as quarterback? Him or Lamar Chase?
It's going to start with Burrow. He's a quarterback. He touches the ball more than anybody between him and the center. So Burrow has to lead
which he has been. He has to stay healthy. I think he got better on the offensive side for his offensive line. So, like I said, his wide receiver side. So he has to lead. He's getting paid the big bucks. That's the position he's in for as a quarterback. So it's the pressure, everything is on him first.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, I think he's that kind of guy, man.
Yeah.
So I'm watching that Netflix special quarterback. He's an unbelievable guy, man. He's different. And he's one that I feel like, when he's behind the center and they're driving and they need something, that he's going to get it done. Just again, how many times over is going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to keep him upright?
Right.
That's the other part. Are they going to be able to keep him on his feet to deliver and make those plays? Healthiness is going to be a key, man. Obviously, it's been a key for him going into the last several seasons. So I look at it to be the same thing for this year. Last question about Burrow, which this was just a little tidbit that I saw, but it was very interesting.
Okay.
When you talk about the last several years, how the Bengals have been starting the season and how they've been finishing, and you look at how they started, it's like, wow, if they just would have got that first game, they just would have got that second game, the games that they really should take care of, if they would have got it done, you wouldn't be sitting here talking about them not making the playoffs or having a not so successful season.
Right.
In Joe Burrow's career, he is 1-9 in his first 2 games of the season. Okay, 1-9 in total. We can get the teams as far as the teams that he's played the first two games of each season. But I know I was interested in it because the Browns were a part of the whole sequence for several years. And I'm like, yeah, go Dogs. That's what's up down over Ohio. Anyway, but he is 1-9. They are expecting, or they're asking, will Joe Burrow go 2-0 this year with having an easier schedule to start the season with the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars? My question is to you, as they've been posing the question to everybody, and we'll pose the question to you out there as well. Get in the chat. Let us know what you think. Will Joe Burrow go 2-0 this year?
Who are their first 2 games?
First 2 games are against the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Home or away?
Wow, I think the home game is here against the Browns.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what that Jacksonville game's at, but it shouldn't matter if we're talking about who these guys are.
I mean, I think every team has got better on paper. The Bengals should win both games.
True.
I don't see, what's the cornerback that came from Colorado that's at Jacksonville?
Jarvis Hunter.
Yeah, I don't see him checking.
No. So I think
they better have that type of matchup.
Steve and Jamar are licking their chops.
Right.
At this guy, Travis
Yeah,
Hunter. Hunter's going to probably make a couple plays, but he will not shut those guys down. So you could probably look for the Bengals maybe to get that W. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is coming off of a nice year. He's had some success. He's grown in this position a little bit, so he'll compete. And they actually really competed again last year, man, late in the season. So
I predict the Bengals to go 2-0.
Think they go 2-0? I mean, the Browns, again, not sure where they're going to start at that quarterback position.
Right.
Not sure what they're looking like on the defensive side of the ball yet to be like finalized and things like that. Still a lot of things up in the air for me, man, with that team. Obviously, still with the move being talked about or it's getting ready to happen. So, would they be in the Battle of Ohio, though? You can throw all that stuff out of the window, man.
Right.
It does not matter what you did the previous year. Don't matter what you signed for. Don't matter what pair of new cleats you are wearing for your cause. That exactly. Throw everything out. It's the best team that day. In that moment, stats don't matter. It's who's going to play football the hardest that day.
And it's the first game. So.
Yeah. A lot of surprises, man. A lot of things can happen.
Right.
So, but again, being biased, and being where I am from, I'm going to have to probably pull for those guys up north, man.
Is that a Monday night game, Thursday night?
I'm not sure what night it is.
We'll
publicity.
I mean, battle live, man, it doesn't matter. I mean, we got to pull the podcast out for that one.
Right, we might have to go down here and just set up.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, I have to do something special. That
Let's do that. Let's just go down there and just set up.
Hey,
Let's go roll with it.
let's do it.
The camera out, the mics, and start talking.
How's the weather?
How's the weather?
Yeah, about that first time. Is it
I think
September?
it'll be hot.
First name? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's still warm at about September, something like that around that first time.
Cool, man.
Let's make it happen, man. All right, look forward to that, man. Look forward to maybe seeing us down there tailgating at Payne Court, tailgating. Maybe holding the podcast down, man, in the parking lot with long word. Big Jim, I was just with you, man, at the celebrity softball game. Maybe we could talk to you about setting up at your block party, as you called it.
Right.
You corrected me and said, man, no, it is not a tailgate. It is a block party. So I'm looking forward to being a part of this year's block party with Big Jim and all the great people here in Cincinnati. Maybe again, on Impact and put on a nice little podcast down there at that time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Party. Interview some people, talk to some fans. Yeah, man, talk to some people with some painted faces and all that good stuff. That'd be kind of fun. That's good stuff. Real quick, we just want to dive into some college stuff real fast, man. We got a NIL update. Our world leader has now
got in the NIL mix.
Got itself embroiled or entangled with this whole NIL deal that's now taking place with sports. You know, I'm not going there tonight because I'm not really too political and so political that I spend a lot of time where I would make myself sound not the right way. But it just seems to be a lot of things that are just being dove into to kind of like divert, so to speak, or so to speak, not so much have our attention to where it really needs to be.
I mean, I would like to see what he's saying when he's rolling out.
I mean, it's no different than what we've all been saying, man.
Right.
But if that's the case, why don't you put my blast out there? Melvin Levett said that there should be a limit on, you know what I mean? It's like, why is everything now like, what has been said 5 or 6 times, why does it now have to be so emphatically said and so emphatically now this major point? Because now we have our president of the United States getting on it. Now, I know he's an important person, an important individual, but is this something that he really should be even enrolled in the first place? Is kind of what I'm asking.
I don't think he should get involved with it, but I'm thinking it probably was presented to him. It brought up the chain of command. It's something real big and powerful that's happening in sports, and eventually it's going to trickle down to the high school, youth. I mean, there's no telling. So they have to put more structure into it.
I'm in total agreement with the structure,
Get your money,
the cap,
right?
all that stuff. But again, when I saw the report that, again, our president was getting involved in it, it was like, well, what would this actually become when we've seen what other things have become?
I mean,
I just didn't want to, right? I mean, ultimately, that's what he is. And he's a businessman. That's what, you know, a lot of this, I think, how a lot of this comes from.
Right.
You know, economics, things like that. He's looking at the business side of things, and he wants to, again, navigate in a certain way or alleviate certain things when it comes to problems, you know, with it. Because some of these athletes are getting, you know, some of the dollars that they are getting and offsetting certain markets or offsetting certain
conferences.
Yeah, maybe it is something that powerfully flexing the muscle. Maybe that's what it was about. I don't think maybe it was about what a lot of people are throwing out there at the same time as far as the leadership goes. I just think, again, as you said, business-wise, and looking at all this money, he's a money guy.
Right.
So he couldn't just sit back and watch all this money without talking about the money.
And I'm definitely paying attention to it because, my son is a freshman at Oklahoma State, so there's a lot of things me and him talk about, almost every night. making sure, school is right, playing on the field is right, and then the business side is right.
Absolutely.
So, we'll see.
It's an interesting element, man. It keeps changing every day
Right.
For these kids. And, you would like to, again, eventually see something get set in stone. Because we do have a lot of major athletes, as you obviously just talked about your son. There are a lot of major athletes with some major star power coming through the high school ranks and actually at the college ranks. So it has to be something really get done with it, before we get
Right.
too out. NBA, which is already out of here. You talk about big money. Bradley Bill being bought out of Phoenix, man. I think they sold that guy about $90 million. But they're willing to say, we'll give you $90 million not to play for us, basically.
So does the team that pick you up have to pick up their contract?
I'm not sure, but they waived him.
Oh, no.
They waived him. They said, bye. They didn't seek a trade. You know what I mean? Usually you seek trades, try to get something back of value,
Right.
future-wise, draft pick maybe. They waived that guy. And when I say waived, I know what waived means. I got waived before. And it's not a great feeling, folks. You get waived from a team, that's like probably the lowest. Because that's when you know, okay, they don't want
They
me.
don't want you.
They don't want me.
He must have probably did something for
It's a lot of money, man.
Something behind the scenes.
But it's going to show you, man, the money, man. I need to sit there still holding like $90 million on this contract. $100 million almost just say bye. Like, we don't want you to play. And he still can play. So take this $100 million. Take this $100 million out. So that's silly. But if you want to go to the Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal.
And they just got Chris Paul.
They just got Chris Paul, and now they're talking about Chris Paul and those guys. I mean, I know why Chris Paul went back to LA. A lot of people are making jokes about, hey, he's going back dating his ex and all this stuff and all that. But Chris Paul wants to retire. That's it. You know what I mean? Turning 40, last couple NBA seasons, maybe a place that he did very well at. Chris Paul's stats with the Clippers were phenomenal. I got that graphic, I'll pull it up before we get out of here. So looking at that, man, I just see that he probably just wants to retire. They're looking at them as being a much, much older roster now with adding him.
Right.
Does this help the Clippers at all?
I think it does because it gives the veterans mixed with the young kids that they got in. If they lead by example, like I said, with the young kids in the West, it's probably still gonna be hard to make the playoffs, but I think it's better than chances.
The play-in, though.
Yeah, the play-in.
The play-in situation, you still get in.
It's hard on the West, but it's a little easier to get in. So with the leadership, Chris Paul, Bradley Beal controlling the locker room, less distractions, more focus. I think that helped.
And the bench, man, they got a nice bench there.
Right.
Obviously, one of them acquired, Brook Lopez, Batum, several others on that bench, man. But again, they got a good, solid second court. So, we'll see, what happens with the Clippers. Healthiness is the key.
That's always the key there.
Those guys stay healthy. Man. Paul George and James Harden stay healthy, man. Those guys can make a push. So
that team kind of reminds me of that Lakers team where they had Kobe, Shaq, Gary Payton.
Oh yeah.
Karl Malone. Right. They had one run with all the veterans.
Speaking of the Lakers, man, they just signed Marcus Smart, who's been a good professional. Marcus Smart obviously is a loud individual,
right?
Brash at times, but he's a guy that you probably want on your basketball team because he's a tough SOB. Yes. He's going to get it done for you. Down and dirty, dude. Yes. Junkyard dog type of guy. So that's going to help them, I think, defensively. Maybe take a little bit of load off of some of the guys that have those older legs, so to speak, because Marcus Smart does still have a lot of energy with them. Draymond Green, though, and Kendrick Perkins, man, seems to be some things going on. There was some words said, man. Draymond don't mince words too much.
Right.
What
he said about Kendrick Perkins,
was unbelievable. And I'm not going to repeat it because I don't like to really stir more things up than need to be stirred, but he used a word to describe Kendrick Perkins as a black male.
Right.
And you already know what that word could possibly be.
Oh, I already know.
That disrespect there was just like off the wall and crazy. What do you think about first Draymond Green's remarks towards Kendrick Perkins? And then, honestly, do you think Kendrick Perkins really, as an NBA analyst, acts the way Draymond Green is depicting?
I don't think that was warning what he did, but I mean, Draymond Green is Draymond Green. He's been the same since Michigan State days, which is my favorite team. Shout out Tom Izzo. So I respect it. I mean, he's there to do the dirty work. He's there to say what others are not going to say. He's kind of like this era of Dennis Rodman to a certain extent.
True.
But like I said, social media hypes and carries it more. So, but coming from as a man, black man, I think he went overboard. But that's him, that's his image. You can say what you want to say. He has what, 3 rings?
Yeah.
Say what you want to say. They ain't win till he got there.
True that.
So
I think, man, and as you spoke on it, as 2 black men, 2 African American men, it's just something that you shouldn't be given.
right.
A lot of people the ammunition to. You shouldn't be giving a lot of people that type of ammunition to come after you, or even be embroiled into the situation. If you feel like that about a person, or you have something that you really need to get off your chest about somebody, and maybe they just have a beef that we don't know nothing about.
Right.
That made him say what he said. But I don't think you're attacking another person in that fashion. Again, if you got something to say to some person, people, man, you guys are professionals at this point. You can get with one another and kind of disperse that, throw some water on that fire a little bit and kind of calm it down. Because now, with Kendrick Perkins coming out and making his statement about it, it's now blown out of proportion. And Kendrick is talking about we can keep it ESPN, or we can take it to this and that because I'm from wherever, and you ain't gonna bust a grape and all this. So now we be talking about fighting words.
Right. And I don't, it ain't going that far. Kendrick Perkins, I mean, but as a man, he's one of, I mean, he's supposed to say what he's saying.
I mean, he's saying that Draymond Green ain't gonna bust nothing, as Draymond Green already said some violent things towards him.
Right.
So he's saying we already know who you're not, and the league already knows who you're not. So don't try to portray it a certain way.
Right.
But again, we are talking about fisticuffs at this point because it has gotten this serious.
Right.
But again, as far as putting that out there to the public, though, you already know on social media.
Yeah, I think they just both saving face, man.
Okay.
Okay. One, Draymond don't want to get suspended. Kendrick don't want to lose his job as an analyst.
Okay, and that's where I'm going next.
Now I can't say they see each other face to face.
At a party,
right?
You know, at a one of these NBA events or something like that.
Hopefully, it's a lot of security and they friends there, and it's just words you exchange. Everybody in the middle of it, and they acting like they want to fight, but nobody gets to one another. Like, hold on.
The classic "hold me back."
Yeah, the hold me back. Yeah. Yeah, right. Knowing that you want to get to somebody and nobody gonna hold you back.
Yeah, right. I know the classic hold me back. Right. Never had to do the classic hold me back.
Right.
But I've seen the classic hold me back, and it truly indeed is a classic.
Definitely.
That's funny there. All right, lastly, man, with the NBA, feel good story, man. Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He's obviously going to be healthy enough to make it happen, but the Portland Trail Blazers are bringing Damian Lillard back on a 3-year deal, $42 million. Again, it's a feel-good story because we all know what happened to Dame Lillard injury-wise, but then we all know the controversy surrounding why he even left Portland in the first place.
Right.
So to see Portland come back around and give him this opportunity, man, to possibly, again, do what Chris Paul maybe going to do, maybe retire as a Portland Trail Blazer, I think is the ultimate professional move. So shout out to the Portland Trail Blazers.
Yeah, I mean,
good luck to Dame.
I think that was more for the fans.
Okay.
For the fans,
One to Philly arena. Him being back in the community. Him doing, you know, the
Things that Dame was doing.
right. That they used to, you know, for the last one.
And you mentioned again the community, man. Dame was huge.
Yeah.
When it came to that type of stuff.
And that's probably where it's going to make his home. So that's probably where his home is still at. So, you know, I think that was a good PR business move for the organization and the Indiana. So that was good.
Again, I look at it as a feel-good story, man. I mean, Damian Lillard gave us career support.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, pretty much, stayed around for a long time when they was not bringing people in around him. When they were not winning, he stayed very professional about his ordeal, and is well deserving of everything going forward. So, good luck to Dame as he returns to the Portland area and the Portland scene, and maybe the Trailblazers can, as he gets healthier, get a couple more pieces around him, man. They can kind of make a push towards something here late in the end. Just jumping back around, man, here real quick. We missed a couple things. Going back to my Bearcats, man, we had a couple draft picks in the Major League Baseball draft, man. We had Carrington Cross get drafted by the San Diego Padres. All right, obviously, man, you get a chance to go out to San Diego. It's warm up there, right? And then we had
baseball right now.
Landon Vitterick, third round, 104th pick, going into the LA Dodgers. So that's another guy getting
West Coast,
making a chance to
go. And the Dodgers, they win.
Magic Johnson puts money into the team. How about that, man? Going
Magic Johnson's involved.
Playing where you play, and getting an opportunity, man, to come play for an organization like the LA Dodgers, who just won the World Series a couple years back.
Right.
And again, like you said, Magic Johnson's involved in their organization. Big money, big folklore you got around that organization. So good luck to our Bearcats, man. Anybody else that was drafted into the Major League Baseball draft for this season. Desmond Ritter, man, coming back home, man, Cincinnati homecoming. Desmond Ritter was signed by the Cincinnati Bengals as a backup.
Good move.
I always liked Des, man. Des was a winner. A leader, definitely. Took a lot of heat from a lot of people here in the city when things didn't go as well for the Houston Bearcats, man. But the kids showed up, played, he's a winner. He's got winning stats. He's got winning percentages over his last 4 years that he was here at school. Numbers are unbelievable, man. So shout out to Desmond Ritter for getting an opportunity, man. It's everybody's dream to get drafted for one. But
to come back home to your home team.
Come back, man, to the hometown, the home team, man. And again, playing in front of the people that love you and enjoy you, man. That's a big up, man. So shout out to Desmond Ritter, man. Bearcat football should be excited. The city should be excited about that one as well. All right. The last controversial thing, man, is this Shaq and RG3 thing, man, with Angel Reese's situation. Another one of those, man, depictions of a certain thing of, and somebody just took offense to it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
Shaq considered himself a big brother to a lot of people, and LSU blood, right? Together, that Tiger blood. You don't want to really piss off the Tiger. You don't want to piss off the Tiger, man. Damn Tiger will ball.
Like you said, it's just really a big brother, little sister thing, man-to-man thing.
So he's not really going to hit RG3 in the jaw.
Shaq got enough money. I hope not, though. I hope we, get past stuff
right.
That as adults, entertainers, once again, black man on black man. Right. So, it's good for entertainment purposes to a certain extent.
Got a lot of clicks, man. That's what everybody's been talking about. Right. It's been rolling over every social media.
I can't say this, though. We all were athletes or ex-athletes, whatever. When we jump on the other side, sometimes don't be too critical.
True.
Because when you was on the playing side, it was a little different. Because RG3 got a lot of flack when he played.
Yep.
Now you're on the other side. Yeah, you an expert, but you still gotta watch it because you played the game, so you know and you understand. Like, as an athlete, we should block stuff out like that. But now in today's world, man, that's hard. That's when you got your family, your kids, and and friends can all chime in, and everybody's hearing it, and everybody's kind of more sensitive nowadays.
Very sensitive.
So Shaq probably was sensitive to her for what RG was saying. You just never know how people gonna take it. So I think you gotta if you go talk it, be prepared.
Yeah, because somebody will bring it back at you. Just like I always try to say, man, factually, we gotta just try to make sure factually we get it out the right day.
Right.
Numbers wise and about what we talk about, man, because somebody will come back on us. You know what I mean? And put you out there and try to put you on the spot.
Right.
And prove you wrong. So
right.
Again, at the end of the day, man, we're just hoping that for the men that's involved, they can obviously come to a common ground. But for Angel Reese, I'm just hoping that her mental health, because she's going through a lot, man. She's taking a beating from a lot of people, man. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully, mental health wise, she'll be okay going forward. She don't really delve into a lot of the social media talk because there's a lot of stuff out there about her. People really jump on her for certain things, and certain reasons. So, but you already know how it can be, man. And again, with not having a strong mindset to turn things off, it can easily get to you and turn you into somebody else.
Shaq, he's not playing. He can take it. He can deal with it. I mean, you can't do nothing to him, and you really can't say nothing about him because he's the diesel. So I think he's trying to take the blunt force of the commentary that RG3 is saying, so she can play her seeds and continue on and grow. So
cool. That's all right. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna come back for the last 10 minutes of the We Not Boxing Podcast, episode 7. Be right back.
All right.
All right. These last 5 to 10, I can either do them or I need you.
bitch. Yes, sir. Here we go, y'all. The last 10 minutes of the podcast. Last 10 minutes of the podcast. It's your boy Dante. My boy Levett.
Copter.
Episode 7. Got a lot of new things coming up, moving forward. The podcast with special guests, sponsors, everything. We'll be getting into Little League football, college football, pro football, things like that.
High school football action
Yes.
right around the corner.
Yes.
Got one couple weeks away for that, baby.
So listen, if y'all want us to pull up some games, just DM us and let us know. We'll broadcast live, like a 30 for 30, live on site. We'll do the podcast live. If y'all want us to pull up to y'all games in any sport, let us know. Just hit us up, and we'll be there. We'll work out the details later. All right?
Do a little commentating of the game.
That's
Talk
right.
about it a little bit. Talk about you a little bit.
Right.
Get you out there a little bit more as far as some exposure, but at the same time, just shining a light, man, on the local athletes. Is what this thing is all about.
Right. That's what we do at One Impact.
And we're just trying to really branch out and get involved in some more entities and more sectors. And if again, we can be on site, your site.
Right.
We want to do that. So make sure again you hit us up and maybe get that out there and support a little bit.
And we travel. We're not just local.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like to travel, so I gotta get money right. Lastly, man, our local stuff, we have some local things going on the past week that were really, really, really cool. Don, I'll let you take over that part of it real quick.
This weekend we had the 3rd annual Stop the Violence boxing expo down at Ezra Charles Park Drive down in the West End, right? You know, if y'all don't know, Ezra Charles is one of the best boxers ever to come out of Cincinnati. I think pound for pound ranked in the top 20 in history of boxing. So that was huge. Stephon Pryor, Aaron Pryor's son, along with myself, the Neighborhood House, CRC, my man Nick J from the West End, Little Senators. We also had Mika Owens as running for city council.
Okay.
She came down and showed her face. Like, it was a star-studded event. All the local, from past to present boxers was there. It was boxers from like West Virginia, Michigan, Cleveland. One guy came from Arizona, Kentucky. Yeah, a lot of Cincinnati.
Arizona, though, man.
Yeah, that was hard. It was supposed to be like 14 bouts. We got up to like 9, and the rain shut it down. Yeah, but like you can go back and look on my social media pages on our network, especially on YouTube, and watch the fight. So it was nice, man. It was a good atmosphere.
City.
Yeah. I interviewed most of the boxers, the winner or the loser. You know, they came up and did an interview with me. You know, and I was just talking to them. Like I said, this was the 3rd one. Next year, we're looking for it to be bigger and better with more bouts, more people participating. Because as it started to get going, the rain came. Right? Yeah.
I was a part of an event, man, last week as well that shut us down due to the rain.
Same day.
The 35th annual Celebrity Softball Classic.
Right.
Celebrities versus Bengals versus Celebrities, which, again, shout out to everybody, man, that was involved in that whole event. Shout out to both rosters that came out and was able to get there to make it to play. The game was awesome. We ended up taking the game. They shut it down early in the 3rd inning, but the Celebrities had jumped out big this year. We were looking to really probably put up maybe 30 runs this year or something like that because the ball was leaving the park real soon. Going deep, which is my AKA alias, didn't go deep, but he went all the way with a drive to the gate. Right? It was a long driving single. I could have got it up and got a little bit higher on it. I went right over the gate, but got it right to the gate, man. It was a long single because I decided to take it easy as far as running down first base line. I wasn't. Well, that too, but I wasn't really trying to run. I stretched out and run, and I won't pull nothing, break nothing at this stage of my life. Right. I haven't had catastrophic injury yet, man. I don't want one. Seriously. I want to continue to have some fun. All right, but shout out again to everybody at the 35th annual Celebrity Softball Classic. We're looking for 36 next year. Something maybe we possibly can get over and broadcast a little bit. I did a little bit of running around with the camera during the game and got some good interviews, man, with some good people. First time meeting Hilarious Scales. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hilarious Scales is, man. First time meeting that guy, man. Funny guy, so I got to tap into Scales. DJ Primetime, first time meeting him, he went yard, man. So that was cool, man. It's kind of, again, first time meeting people to kind of put faces with names and all that stuff. So again, it was a good event. Looking to get more people out there in the stands next year. Hopefully the weather does permit. But again, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. We thank everybody that was involved. Sticking with some local stuff, man. Skyline Chili. Yes. One of our staples, man, was named the #1 fast food chain regionally. You know how many fast food chains there are out there? How many styles of food there is? I mean, a lot of people are serving burgers and all that stuff, the same thing. But again, there are a lot of different entities out there. And for Skyline Chili to be voted #1, I mean, that's pretty big. That's huge for the city. And I know there's a lot of Skyline lovers out there. Skyline do a great job with sponsorships of local entities and things like that. Hey, Skyline, y'all listening? We hungry. We up here at Park Place, but we hungry.
I'll take a 4-way right now.
I mean, can we get a sponsorship maybe for You're Not Boxing Podcast? Right. Can we get y'all to take care of us with a couple of conies? You said 4-way?
4-way with beans, yes.
4-way with beans. Ooh,
yeah.
I'm not sure about the beans for me.
I need that.
I'll take, 3-way or something like that, but a couple conies. Yeah, but hey, see if you can sponsor us a little bit one night. We only looking for one night or two. That's it. Looking for the whole year.
Put y'all back. We can put the logo, the banner up there.
Everything will be right. We'll have conies lined up.
Right.
We'll put a coney crate here on the front for you if you want to. I'm going to talk to y'all. You already know. Mr. Levett, I see y'all at golf outings. Just saw you about 3 weeks ago. All right? I'm hollering. Moving on to our next local event. We got a couple more left here. Pro Camps, which is, I am excited about this, man. I'm telling you, I've been with Pro Camps in the past, doing some camps with some pro players, traveling around with these guys. This entity is amazing. They're putting on a first annual Taylor Kinney free. Free, that spells free.
That kid is good, man.
That camp is going to be amazing. It's already sold out, sorry. Yes. It's July 25th, 9 to 12 at the, Town and Sports. Sports in Town, Town and Sports, Town and Country, I'm sorry. Town and Country Sports Center in Wilder, Kentucky, from 9 to 12. I'm glad I got that location right because I'll be working it.
Right.
I'll be one of the.
You gotta know where to show up at.
Right. I'll be one of the motivating coaches, athletes, inspiring the youth. Getting the opportunity to reintroduce myself again, man, to a whole nother generation of kids. I keep telling you, this youth movement is unbelievable that I am a part of, and I'm so blessed to still be able to be a part of it, man. I mean, still be able to walk the walk and be a face that people like, for one, or maybe think that can help their situation. In Pro Camp, shout out to y'all, Greg Derbyshire, and a few others, Jim Stoles, not sure if he's still there, but you're my buddies from Sycamore over there, and Sycamore High School, so I had to give you a plug here a little bit. But again, Pro Camps, Taylor Kinney, TK! Did I do it right? Is that how to do it?
Man,
you know how to do it?
I'm gonna do the right.
6-7. That's how we do it. So, looking forward to meeting you, man. I see you at a Bearcat basketball game. I didn't want to be the fanboy at the time, all right, but I'm going to be the fanboy at your camp, all right, because I'm going to turn it up, all right? I'm going to be Melvin Levett. I'm going to be the helicopter. I'm going to make sure those kids enjoy their time there, man. I can't wait to meet you. Shout out to you. You're doing a lot of amazing things out there.
Yes.
Chuck, you got an amazing kid there, man. All right, you got his head on straight. Y'all doing it right, man. Lastly, a little fun here. A buddy of mine, man, is coming back to town, and this dude is hosting. He is hosting an all-weekend shindig.
Kobe Stopper.
The Kobe Stopper, KB Stopper is in the building, you know what I'm saying? Rue, the Bull is what we used to call him at University of Cincinnati basketball. My guy coming in town, man, and he's having a party from July 25th to July 27th, all right? The party ain't gonna last that long hourly, but we just gonna be at different venues, all right? July 25th, man, it kicks it off. All right, the celebrity birthday party given by the Big Three and Steven Jackson, Stack 5, going to be the host of that thing. Which should be huge, man. Yeah, that's going to be like, I mean, because the Big Three's in town too. Make sure if you ain't tapped in yet. Big Three's in town, Heritage Bank Arena, tap in and get those tickets too. It should be a good show, but again, this party that's going to be hosted by Steven Jackson, man, is going to be wild. A wild scene.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's got something else going on. The next day, he's at Bar Room.
Mm-hmm. Downtown.
Downtown, another place downtown?
Yes.
I haven't heard of Bar Room.
A new spot.
Okay.
A new spot. A lot of people don't know about it, but you from here and you know the nightlife, you know about it.
Okay, because there was something else, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
we'll delve into that afterwards. Right. Let me know what it was, and I'll tell you if I've been there or not. I don't want to tell you on camera because right. So they're not supposed to be
that's
there.
gonna be more of the upscale side of the
Okay. Also, man, the tire. Don't come in there with no tennis shoes or nothing. You know, you coming to these parties, man. You coming around professional people. You coming around, you know, guys with bread. All right, and there's gonna be a lot of other people that with bread too. So you don't want to come in there looking, you know, like you ain't established. All right, it's gonna be grown folks night. Rube, I think he's turning 50. All right, so Rube's a grown man. He's putting tennis shoes down, so he'll be out there in his slides. You know what I'm saying? Nice shirt and stuff like that. So make sure you put your slides on, your nice shirt, your nice pants, and come on out and enjoy the good time, man, on Friday night, July 25th. All right? I think that party's from 10 to 3. No, 10 to 2. 10 to 2? No. That's the other day's event. That party's from, it goes to 3 a.m. Won't catch me out that late, but.
I don't know.
10 I think it's 10 to 3 a.m., 10 to 2 a.m. I don't know.
Like weekend, I might hang.
Might hang? Yeah. If you hanging, I'm hanging. All right. All right, man. Lastly, finish it off, man, on the 27th, that Sunday. Rube is giving a free brunch, man, from 10 to, that's the 10 to 3 event. That's what it is. I'm sorry, I had my writing there wrong.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m., man. He's hosting a free brunch.
That's at what, Bugatti's?
Bugatti's, man.
Okay.
You know where, again, obviously things are located in the city. Make sure you get there early because tables are limited. Free tables are limited, obviously. It's a free event, so I was telling him, I have to call him, man. You have to have fire marshal, several people to be there.
Shout out to my man TC.
Whole city gonna be there, man, for that one, man. You talking about free, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's free. That's the right price for a lot of people.
Definitely.
You see it. So, but again, it's gonna be a fun weekend, man. And, you know, Rube is one of those guys, man. When he does something, man, he goes all out. We love him to death. Obviously, a personal friend of mine, man, coming out of Cleveland. Can't wait to see him. Happy birthday, man. Happy 50th. Wishing you many more. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy, stay safe when you come here to the city, but we're going to definitely check you out. But hey, as I said last week, Rube, and they cut my live off, I got a bone to pick with Instagram because they going to chop my live up saying I was using somebody else's music. I didn't even know it was playing. Anyway, Rube, we ain't paying the 5.
Can't afford it.
We ain't paying the 5. Me and none of my guests are paying the 5. And you already know who the guest's gonna be. Stopco driving up from Cleveland. You know, I got my man, the Gunner Brookins here, one of my workmates over at Woods. Got him, you know, chiming in, tapping in. Dante, you know, my partner here, obviously on the show, man. I already know. We want to come down, man. We want to hang. Obviously, you know, there's a couple more people I ain't mentioned, you know, but at the same time, I ain't gonna try to bring 11 people, 12, 13 people like my one young lady did for the NBA All-Star game this weekend.
Yeah,
She got mad. Got mad when they turned her away and called the place ghetto. I ain't gonna get mad and call them ghetto at the place when you can't get in, but you showed up to the ghetto establishment in the first place to party.
Right, to get in.
That ain't right.
Right.
That ain't right. That's just a typical I'm mad at y'all moment, and I'm just gonna be sassy.
Right.
All right. So don't come down there trying to be sassy. All right, trying to get 90 people in because they ain't getting in. If Rube ain't saying they getting in. All right. Don't try to call no establishment here in Cincinnati ghetto because you didn't get in. All right. A little lightheartedness, man, to end the show. Rube, we're looking forward to seeing you here in Cincinnati, man.
Yes.
All right. Again, the big three is in town July 25th. We got Lance Stevenson, make him dance. He's coming back. Gonna be on the court playing, man. So it's gonna be a big time Bearcat affair that weekend. So all Bearcats around, all Bearcats that can make it back, Hoopers, come on to town, man.
This is a big weekend.
Let's support, man. This is a big weekend for a couple homies, man, from the program. So we're hoping everything go well and everybody have a safe time.
Right. See y'all at the Black Music Walk of Fame with Alicia Reese. The Music Fest, like you said, Big Three, all the after parties. This is one of the weekends where Cincinnati, the city opens up.
This is the epicenter of the world.
Right.
All right.
You know, so
the Cincinnati will be the epicenter of the world. They'll be focusing on a lot of stuff that's going on in Cincinnati.
Let's have fun.
Everybody
Everybody be safe. We also got the youth football game this weekend in Peach Bowl, so that's real big. That's this Saturday at Walnut Hills High School.
I'm gonna have to come out to that.
That's early in the day, yeah. I think the first game is at 8 a.m.
Okay.
So that's gonna be nice. One Impact will be there streaming.
I think I went to Withrow last year and caught something like that. It was like a whole bunch of teams.
Yeah, yes. It's the same thing this year.
Okay.
It's at Walnut Hills.
Oh, they had a nice little concession stand too.
Yeah.
So I'm there for that.
Soul food.
I'm there for that.
Right.
All right, man. Last two AAU champions. Beach Jam, Cam Mercer, Indy Heat. Cam Mercer effect is real, man, along with Lee Sean Hill. We're going to get Lee Sean Hill out here soon, man. Mike Hill is obviously his father. We're going to talk to him as a coach, but those two guys, man, really putting on for the city, man.
Yeah.
Doing big things. Lee played in the 17U game. Obviously, being an underclassman, that's really huge.
Yes.
They played that far up.
Right.
I mean, that's amazing. To get Cam Mercer, 15 years old, out there with already 17-year-old man doing his thing. Major impact, 5-star guy, man. Yeah, Burnham, that Peach Jam trophy. And to my guys, man, in Midwest, all my guys in Midwest, thank you. Thank you for your attitudes, your hustle, your commitment to the situation that we had. We finished very successfully. Nationals, we didn't win a championship down there, but our freshmen left 3-1, and our varsity left 2-2. All right, and without winning the championship, I would take both of those records kindly, and I'll take these same two groups kindly all over again. As I told my players, I truly wholeheartedly going to miss you. I won't trade any of you for any of these other basketball players because of what we've been through and what I truly think you mean to me and what I think I mean to you guys. So good luck to you in your upcoming seasons. I'll be out to see you if I don't take no job this winter. That's just to let somebody know, hire the helicopter. But if not, I'll be out there doing my thing, man, training. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, again, getting out there supporting my players that gave me so much this summer, spring, summer. Parents, thank you as well. It's a long list of you. I can't call you all out, but I'm going to miss y'all too. I can't wait to see y'all again. Midwest Organization, Dustin Kavanaugh, thank you again, man, for a wonderful opportunity. Looking forward to do more great work in the future, man. This is the We Not Box Deal Podcast, episode 7. We are out.
All right, y'all. Peace.
We got to kick it up every time, man.